So, I realize that a lot of you may not understand exactly what I mean when I talk about uh, the effect that gravity has on the planet. Um, See, my father was a very poor businessman. He raised me and my sister, and he realized that in his existence he did nothing to help himself, to better himself. So he became a researcher instead. He went to uh, great mountains and distant lakes all across the globe. Um, and he took samples from each one, different pieces of information, and came to the conclusion that we are actually not on a sphere. We do not live on a sphere. Because if that were the case, then a lot of things would go wrong in the consistency of, matter, space. See, if you were to drop an object, what does it do? It falls. Yet, as it drops, it gets faster. And that can only happen if gravity is not a constant. And the reason that gravity is not a constant is because we are not on a thing, on a piece of land that is the same all around, right? Because if we were on a sphere, right, and if everything was being sucked in like people tell us it is, then those objects would get smushed in, but they're not. In fact, they're solid. They're solid pieces, and they fall consistently, but they accelerate. And that can only happen if there's something pulling us down rather than sucking us in. So that's the reason why there can only be one of two possibilities. And my father was stuck on this, but I think I cracked it. See, his first assumption was that there is a black hole inside of the Earth. It's very, very complex because it's able to suck in matter. It can't suck in too much, or else it'll collapse on itself. But that's the thing, is that if there was a black hole, it would collapse on itself. There's nothing stopping it from. So that's why the only other option could be that it is a flat surface. There is nothing but a flat surface. It is all a chunk of material. And God gave us this piece of rock to live on. Everything outside of our zone, we cannot go past. And that is why the moon and the sky, for instance, that is about the limit. Because we have traveled there, but the problem is that we haven't traveled beyond it. And the pieces of information that we have about other areas are incorrect. They are not real. Have you ever seen a human? Have you ever seen a Mars picture? It has atmosphere. You can see the dust in the air. And as we know, Mars does not have an atmosphere. And all the planets, all the galaxies that they say are in the sky are actually, well, imagine you have a painting. And from far away, if you zoom in on it, you can see individual pieces of it. Maybe a little bit of paint there, a little bit of paint there. But the way that it was crafted for us, it shows that this piece of background paper, wallpaper, is very detailed. We can see so much based off the things we have, the magnifiers. The problem is that none of it is real. We are zooming in on a piece of paper. Everything they have told you is wrong. We do not live on a spherical Earth. And the reason I have come to this conclusion is because I've revived his work. after he died. Horrible. Ugh, I feel bad for him. You know, if he had just seen that shark, well, maybe he would have seen the boats. But besides that, his work was given new life in the form of a new discovery. NASA has been lying to you. And judging by the pieces that they put in place, there was a whistleblower. And he has helped us realize the truth. Wake up. There is no such thing as a spherical Earth. Do not let them fool you.